Good day, everyone. My name is Martin Forsyth, and today I will be showing you a brief presentation on the era of video games. But specifically, I'll be focusing on the history of video games from the 1990s to 2000s, 2000s to 2009, 2010 to 2020. Yeah, you can see this was created by me. Alright. Okay, let's keep going. The first game I'll be focusing on is Mortal Kombat, which was developed in 1992. The second game would be Tom Clancy Conviction. This game came out in 2009, and the last game I'll be talking about is the Resident Evil 4 remake, which came out in 2023. As you can see, what are electronic games? Electronic games are games that use electronics to create an interactive system with which a player can play the game. There are various types of electronic games, such as single player games, asynchronous games, and synchronous games. The recent decade of electronic games. This era of this era of games was revolutionary as graphics became better and consoles became stable in the entertainment sector as it revolutionized the it revolutionized gaming and helped it progress in an economical way. Because of the economical crisis of 1983 to 1985, when the gaming market became oversaturated with a lot of companies started creating games in a bid to compete with each other and gain more profits, right? It caused serious setback, and many companies had close to 1,500 game slash arcade affiliated stores that had to close down because just in the United States alone. Now, the first game, Mortal Kombat. This is an action fighting game that was created by Midway in 1992. The game follows a storyline where candidates are chosen to fight and protect certain realms, such as Outworld and Earth, which is a realm in the game. And the winner gets to, their realm is not invaded. The visuals of this game can be described as digitized because from my research, I found out that certain actors were made to perform these moves. They were then scanned and placed into the game world, which made it look somewhat, I would say, bad, very, very bad, to be honest. But for that era, it was kind of a breakthrough for video games. And it didn't follow the usual 2D pixelated routes that most other games in that era followed, like Pac-Man, Mario, and so on. The game was first created for arcades before it was then optimized for home consoles such as the Game Boy and the Atari 2600. This are a few images of the game. As you can see here, it's very bad. Very bad, to be honest. The second game I'm talking about is going to be the Tom Clancy Conviction. The game focuses on this man who is known as Sam Fisher, who is now a renegade agent, and he starts with finding the murderer of his daughter, and the game was very good in when it comes to how much the game industry progressed, because it gave consumers the feeling of being in a spy world, a kind of secret agent undercover world, without them actually having to sign up to go for war. Right? But yeah, it also introduced stealth and gameplay. It's a game where stealth is very emphasized because you need to sneak into places, avoid detection from enemies and that. They also, yeah, that's it. these are some images of the gameplay of the game itself. As you can see, the graphics are not very good. They're not. They can't be compared to these standards because, well, the technology at that time was not good enough for to create live models, but they were beautiful. I think this is a short video of the gameplay. Let's watch it. As you can see, it's somewhat realistic, right? You've got a human 3D model. You've got the environment looks amazing. The HU as well looks amazing. But I think that should be enough. The next game, which is arguably the best in this presentation, is the Resident Evil 4 remake. Like I said, it is a remake and it was remade in 2023 because of the storyline and how much of a classic the game is. The game it came out, I think it came out, first game came out in 2005. Why I chose this game as a remake is to highlight the differences in between these eras. So as you can see, it's a unique action and horror game that dives into a dystopian and zombie world where you play as Leon, a police officer who is this guy, is tasked in rescuing this girl. I can't remember her name, from an occultic group in Spain that believes that if they sacrifice her, they'll be able to purge away the zombie virus that has affected the world. On his journey, he must fight a massive horde of zombies as well as specialized monsters that have adapted to the zombie virus, and they will do anything to stop him from completing his mission. As you can see, uh, sorry about that. As you can see, this is the original poster from the 2005 with the graphics, and it looks, it's okay, but compared to this, on the other hand, which is of today's standard, you can see the detail. It's more detailed. It looks realistic, very realistic, and the environment as well. This is the environment of the 2005 game, and this is the environment of the 2023 game. The trees come out. They were able to capture the essence of the horror and of the environment basically. Well, here it looks somewhat of the 1987 film when you watch a horror movie and the whole place is just blue basically. And that's like, this is an example of the HUD, just to show you. Alright. Now my son. The development of home consoles and handheld consoles by companies like Sony, Nintendo, and Xbox, which are leading um, companies in the market currently, made existing gamers their one wish. Gave existing gamers their one wish, which was comfort and portability, as well as the development of sophisticated graphic cards such as the RTX 3060, the GTX 180, and lifelike games, GTA 5 for example. FIFA is another one, sport games as well. Expanded the market to non-gamers, people who didn't really have interest in games. They were able to expand that market to bring in more consumers by piquing their curiosity and introducing them to a graphical and technological marvel. The development of 2D to 3D games as well, right? Most of the world has moved on from 2D to 3D games. The only certain amount, I would say small amount of indie developers really focus on 2D games, and that's because I would say it's easier to make and it's less time consuming, depending on what you're actually making. Yes, all this has contributed to the $300 billion gaming industry that we know and love today, which is very, very amazing because the amount of time, the budget used to create a game today is very large. We have GTA 6, which is coming out 2025. Is I think they spent about close to $1 billion just on a game, which in retrospect it doesn't make sense. But if you look at how fast and how big the gaming industry is growing, you will know that it's about to overtake certain medias, right? Game development has actually become so big that VFX are now being made in game engines. For example, The Mandalorian, it was made with Unreal Engine 5, right? Certain scenes that can't be replicated in real life are replicated in certain game engines. Unreal Engine 5, for example. And yeah, I think that has come to the conclusion of my presentation. I hope you understood. And if you look at my website, there's